Hi, my name's Emily and welcome to Secret Parents. In today's video, I'm excited to share how to crochet this adorable little T-Rex. So this T-Rex is a pretty quick make. The only thing you'll have to sew on is its arms and legs. And so two things I want to mention before we get into the video is first, you can adjust the playback speed by clicking the little settings gear icon in the bottom right hand corner of this video. So click that and then click playback speed, and then I can either talk slower or faster depending on whether you are a beginner crocheter or a more advanced crocheter. And then the other thing I want to mention is that the free blog post is the first link in the description box down below. So if you love to follow along with this tutorial with a free blog post, there's a link in the description box down below for that, as well as the ad-free PDF. So if you want the ad-free PDF for this T-Rex, you can also find that in the link in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and get started making this adorable little T-Rex. All right, so the supplies that you'll need today is Yarn Inspirations Bernat Blanket yarn, and this is in the color Smoky Green. You can see right there it says Smoky Green. And I have about 3/4 of a ball of yarn left, and that's about what you're going to need for this project. So a little bit more than a ball of yarn in your main color. So for me, that is green. Then you'll need a little bit of white. I'm hoping that this will be enough because I'm pretty much out of white yarn. And this is again Bernat Blanket yarn and in the color white, obviously. So you'll need a little bit of white yarn. You'll need scissors. You'll need safety eyes. So this is 10mm safety eyes, and these are just the generic safety eyes from Amazon. And then I like to hot glue the backs of the safety eyes. You'll need, of course, a darning needle to weave in, or tapestry needle, whatever you want to call it, a darning needle or tapestry needle to weave in your ends. You'll need a stitch marker to mark where your first stitch of your rounds are, and my favorite is Clover or More stitch markers. They just close so much easier. It sounds weird, but it's very true. And then you'll need crochet hooks. So I'm going to be using a 7mm crochet hook and a 4.5mm crochet hook. And again, these are Clover or More brand, and they are my absolute favorite brand of hooks. And then you'll also need some embroidery floss to kind of like show the shape of the T-Rex's teeth. So you'll need just a little bit of that. So now to begin, you're going to grab your white yarn and your 7mm hook. And we're going to begin kind of where the mouth is, and then we're going to go to the head. So we're going to use the white yarn and the green yarn. So, but to begin, we're going to grab the white yarn and our 7mm hook, and we're going to make a slip knot to begin. So you're going to put the yarn at the base of your hand, and you're going to wrap it around your finger twice. So this is to make a slip knot. You're going to grab the back loop and bring it up and over to the front. And then you're going to grab the new back loop and bring it up and over and off your hand. And then you're going to tighten. Now you're going to put it onto your hook. And you're going to begin by chaining 4. So to make a chain, all you're going to do is you're just going to yarn over and pull through. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if you're struggling with any of these like stitches, you can always look up a tutorial on my channel or on any other channel, and you'll be able to find a lot of good stitch tutorials for crochet. So that, just wanted to mention that. Now to begin, what we're going to do is the loop on your hook does not count as a chain, and I'm going to bring this a little closer so you guys can see. So the loop on your hook does not count as a chain, and you're going to skip that first chain, and you're going to go into the second chain from hook, and you're going to single crochet into there. So you're going to make a single crochet, you're going to insert into the chain, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 2 loops on your hook. And you're going to do that one more time. So into the next chain, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now into this last chain, what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 3 into there. So we're going to make 1 single crochet, and as we do the 3 single crochets, we'll kind of flip to the bottom of these chains. So 3 single crochets into that last chain. Now we're going to single crochet across the bottom of this of these chains. So we're going to, into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet, and then into the very last chain right here, you're going to single crochet increase. So that just means 2 single crochets into 1 chain or stitch, whatever. For in this instance, it's a chain. So now one thing you're going to want to do is for the next round, we're going to begin by using green. So if you have a preference of changing colors, you can use that, but I prefer to not quite finish my last increase. So I did 1 single crochet into that last chain, and then this is my second single crochet into that last chain for the increase, and I just have the 2 loops on my hook. And all you're going to do is you're going to grab the green yarn, and you're just going to place the short strand toward the back, and then you'll have the yarn in your hand. You're just going to yarn over and pull through. And now we will begin round number 2. So just a little recap, we single crocheted in the first 2 stitches, then we did 3 single crochets into the last stitch, then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the last chain, and you're just going to change your color of yarn in that very last stitch. So you should have 8 stitches at the end of this round, and now we're going to move on to round number 2. So for round number 2, you're going to single crochet increase into the first stitch. Now one thing I like to note is that I am going to add my stitch marker here because that's the first stitch of round number 2. And then I also want to note that I don't cut my white yarn because I'm going to be using that in just a minute. And so if you cut it, then you'll just have to tie in more tails. So I prefer to not cut my yarn right now. And you're going to single crochet increase into the first stitch like I just did. So 2 single crochets into the first stitch. Then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet increase into the next stitch. So for round number 2 so far, we've done increase, single crochet, increase. And now what you're going to do is you're going to change your color again to white, and you're going to do a single crochet increase in white. So I'm going to just take out slightly that last stitch, grab my white yarn that's still attached, and I'm just going to bring it up, and you're going to want to make sure that you give it probably a little bit of a tug just so that it stays nice on the other side. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So now we're going to do our single crochet increase in the white yarn. So single crochet increase in the white yarn. Now I'm not going to finish that stitch because my next stitch is going to be in the green yarn. So I'm going to grab my green yarn and yarn over, pull through, and then I'm just going to increase in the next stitch. So do a single crochet increase in the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet increase in the next stitch. Now the last stitch we're going to do in white. So before I finish my single crochet increase, my last stitch of my single crochet increase, I'm going to grab my white yarn again, and I'm going to grab my white yarn, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through like that. And now I'm going to do my increase here. So single crochet increase into that stitch. Now my yarn is getting a little bit twisted, so I'm just going to untwist it. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to begin now round number 3. So this might be a little confusing, but we're almost done with the color changing stuff. So don't worry if it's a little confusing. So remember how we did these 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch? Well, on your last single crochet into that 1 stitch, with your white yarn, you're going to grab the green yarn and yarn over and pull through. So for a little recap, we did with the green yarn, we did a single crochet increase, a single crochet, and then a single crochet increase. Then we, at the last stitch of that increase in green, we switched to white. Then we did an increase, and then on the last stitch of the white, we did change to green, did increase, single crochet, increase, then we switched to white again, did increase, and now we're switched to green again. So you should have 14 stitches. Now for round number 3, we're just going to single crochet into the first 5 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker, and we are going to single crochet into the first 5 stitches. So 3, 4, and now I'm not going to finish this 5th single crochet because we're going to switch to white yarn. So I'm just going to yarn over, so I'm just going to insert yarn, pull through. Now instead of pulling through those, yarning over and pulling through those 2 loops, I'm just going to grab my white yarn and I'm just going to bring that up, yarn over and pull through. Now you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches with your white yarn, but before you finish that last stitch with your white yarn, you're going to switch again to your green yarn. Now if you find a way that is easier to change colors, you're welcome to use that, but this is just the way that my favorite way of changing colors. So now that we did that, we're going to single crochet into the last 5, so into the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, with the green yarn, obviously. So 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And then before you finish that 5th stitch, you're just going to grab those. So I'm going to take that out and grab those. So we have those 2 loops. You're going to switch it to white yarn. And now you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Now before you finish that last stitch, like this, I'm going to switch now to green yarn. There we go. And we are going to now begin round number 4. And thankfully for round number 4 is the last time we're going to be using this white yarn for the whole project, and then we'll come back later and put some white accents on certain things. So we're going to now begin using our green yarn, and we're going to single crochet 6. So move your stitch marker, and you're going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4. My yarn is getting stuck. There we go. 5, 4, 5. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now before I finish that 6th single crochet, I'm going to grab my white yarn, and I'm going to carefully, you don't want to like pull it crazy hard, but just pull it a little bit for your white yarn. Now we are going to do 1 single crochet in the white yarn. Now remember, don't finish that single crochet because that's the only single crochet we're going to do for a couple more stitches. So I'm going to grab my green yarn and finish that single crochet. Now I'm going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches again. So 3, 4, 5, and my yarn is getting a little twisted. My white and green yarn. There we go. So this was 5 and then 6. Now I'm going to grab my white yarn. Like that, and single crochet into that last stitch of round number 4. Now we can actually, one second. So you're going to single crochet into the last stitch of round number 4. Now don't finish that stitch because we're going to switch again to green yarn, like that. Now all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut that white yarn. Hooray! And we're going to just set this white yarn aside. Now we're going to just be using green yarn for the rest of the body, or the head and body. So we have finished that, and now we're going to go ahead and for round number 5, single crochet in each stitch around. And you should have, again, 14 stitches for round number 4 and for round number 5. So I'm just going to go ahead and single crochet in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back at the end of round number 5, and we will begin round number 6 together. Alright, so I just finished round number 5, so those 14 single crochets all in the green yarn. And now what we're going to do is for round number 6, you're going to single crochet into the first stitch and move your stitch marker. And then you're going to single crochet increase into the next 4 stitches. So increase, remember, is just 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So you're going to single crochet once, and then single crochet once more. And that is single crochet number 4. There we go. So you did 1 single crochet and then single crochet increase 4. Now we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the last 9 stitches. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. Now for round number 7, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. There we go. So you're just going to single crochet into each stitch around, move your stitch marker, and continue for that for round number 7. So single crochet in each stitch around. I'll meet you back and we will continue on to round number 8. Alright, so I just finished round number 7, and now we're going to move on to round number 8. So for round number 8, you're going to single crochet into the first 3 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. There you go. And then you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So total 3, 1, 2, 3. Now into the next stitch, you're going to do it single crochet increase, and then you're going to do single crochet. So you're going to repeat that 4 times. So increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet. Repeat that 4 times. So I'm going to single crochet increase into the next stitch, and then single crochet in the next stitch. And you will end up with 22 stitches at the end of this round. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see how many I did. 1, 2, 3. So that was the first 3 stitches. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So you do that repeat 4 times. So increase, single crochet. Now you're going to single crochet into the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you should, again, have 22 stitches at the end of round number 8. Now for rounds number 9 and 10, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So for this round and the next round, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. Remember to move your stitch marker at the beginning of each round. And I will meet you back and we will continue on to round number 11. Alright, so I just finished rounds number 9 and 10. And what we're going to do for round 11 is we're going to single crochet decrease into the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So let me show you how to do that. So into the first stitch, what you're going to do is you're going to insert, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through. And then you're going to, instead of yarning over and pulling through all 2 loops, what you're going to do is you're going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So that is a single crochet decrease. Then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and you're just going to repeat that. So a decrease again is insert, yarn over, pull through, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you're just going to repeat that in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back once we finish round number 11, and I will continue on to show you what to do next. Alright, so I just finished round number 11. Now you should have one stitch left. That's totally normal. And what you're going to do is you're going to just single crochet into that last stitch. So you should have 15 stitches at the end of this round. And now we're going to go ahead and put the safety eyes on, and we're going to then go ahead and start the body. So I'm going to place the safety eyes on round 7, so you can see that there's round number 1. So that's the chain. So here's round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7. And then 6 stitches apart. So about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just about like that. I mean, you can always adjust it to how you personally like it, because what I do is only what I like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's about 6 stitches between your safety eyes. That's about how it should be. There we go. And you can see this is how it is looking. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to put this backers on, and then I'm going to hot glue these, and then I'll meet you back. Don't cut your yarn. We will continue on to the body using this yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and put the safety eyes on, or the backers on, and then hot glue the head. Alright, so as you can see, I added the backers, and then I hot glued the safety eyes, and then I also stuffed the head. And now what we're going to do is we're going to begin the body. Now let me show you kind of from this dinosaur how our body will begin. So we're right about here with the head. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bring in this bottom part. So it's laying sideways, so we're going to bring in this bottom part and kind of make this top part longer. So just to kind of give you a bit of an idea of what we're going to do. That's why I'm showing you that. Okay, so now we're going to begin the official body. So you're going to grab your yarn and your hook, and we're just going to tighten that loop up. There we go. And we're going to begin by, so round number 1 of the body, we'll begin by making a slip stitch into the first 2 stitches. So to make a slip stitch, you're just going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through. And now you're just going to move your stitch marker, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch, right? Oh, there you go, right there. So I'm going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through. Now into the next 8 stitches, we're going to half double crochet. So half double crochet is yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer. There we go. So that is just how you're going to do your half double crochets. So 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm at 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I'm going to double check that because I'm not sure if that was exactly right. So we did 2 slip stitches, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to slip stitch into the next 5 stitches. So remember, slip stitches, just insert, yarn, pull through, and yarn, pull through. Now you're not going to want to do your slip stitches too tight, because if you do them really tight, it'll be hard to work into them in the next round. So just kind of do it relaxed, loose. And not crazy loose, but just about the perfect balance between loose and tight. Now for round number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. So this time we're single crocheting into the first 2 stitches. And then we're going to half double crochet into the next 8 stitches again. So basically, instead of doing the slip stitches, we're doing single crochets for this round. So I'm going to now half double crochet in the next 8 stitches. There we go. There we go, so 7, and then number 8. Now we're going to single crochet into the last 5 stitches. So that's the first, and basically you're just going to go into the top of those slip stitches. So because I did mine decently loose, they're pretty easy to work into. Okay, so now we finished round number 2, and you should, I think I forgot to mention, but you should have 15 stitches still. Now for rounds 3 and 4, you're just going to repeat what you did for round number 1 and 2. So we're going to do round 3 just like we did round number 1. So we're going to slip stitch into the first 2 stitches. And then if you remember, you'll slip stitch into the first 2 stitches, then you'll half double crochet 8, and then you'll slip stitch into the last 5 stitches. And then for round number 2, you single crochet, half double crochet, and then single crochet. So single crochet 2, half double crochet 8, single crochet 5. So you can go ahead and back it up to round number 1, and then you'll just do rounds 1 and 2 a second time basically. So rounds number 3 and 4 will be exactly the same as round number 1 and 2. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you right back. Alright, so I just finished round number 3 and 4, so rounds number 3 and 4. And again, you'll have 15 stitches like we've had pretty much all along for this body. And now what we're going to do, one thing I wanted to mention quick, I just came to my mind, is if you notice that your lines aren't perfect, that is okay, because we're going to come back and we're going to kind of fix it up a little bit. So don't worry about that. I'll show you how to come back and fix it up when we're done. So now I just did the first, remember we just did those first 4 rounds. So now for round number 5, we're going to single crochet into each stitch around. So it's as simple as that. I'm going to go ahead and finish round number 5, and then I will meet you back. So just single crochet in each stitch around. Alright, so I just finished round number 5, and we are going to go ahead and move on to round number 6. So for round number 6, you're going to increase into the first 3 stitches. So single crochet increase into the first 3 stitches. I'm going to move my stitch marker. Now your stitch marker will kind of continue to, so like we started over here, and then now it's kind of curving over to here, and that's totally fine. Just keep marking your first stitch, because I have it written, my pattern written in a way that you'll just continue to put this in the first stitch, and even though it will eventually like get away over to here, that's totally fine. I have it written into my pattern well. So anyway, you're going to increase into the first 3 stitches. So single crochet increase, and if you remember, that just means single crochet 3 or single crochet 2 into 1 stitch. So that's all that means. So I just did that into the first 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Now what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet into the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now into these last 2 stitches, we are just going to single crochet increase again. So 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Now for round number 7, you're going to single crochet into each stitch around. So I will meet you right back, and we will continue on to round number 8. Oh, I forgot to mention real quick that round number 6, so we just finished round number 6, should have 20 stitches. And so now we're going to go on to round number 7, single crochet in each stitch around, and you should have 20 stitches again. Alright, so I just finished round number 7, and you should have 20 stitches like I had mentioned before. Now, for round number 8, you're going to increase into the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch. I'm going to move my stitch marker. And then I'm going to do one more single crochet into that very first stitch because it's an increase, and then you're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that 3 times. So increase into the next stitch, and then single crochet So increase, single crochet, repeat that 3 times. So this is my 3rd time. There we go. 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then 3. There we go. So you'll repeat that 3 times like I just did. Now you're going to single crochet into the next 12 stitches. So I will do that on camera. Actually, I'll just meet you right back and we will continue on together. So single crochet 12 and I'll meet you right back. All right, so I just finished single crocheting 12. Now I'm going to increase into the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into that last stitch. So now we finished round number 8, and you should have 24 stitches. So that is that. Now for rounds number 9 and 10, you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So for rounds 9 and 10, so for the next 2 rounds, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. Then I'll meet you back and we will continue on to round number 11. All right, so I just finished rounds number 9 and 10. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, for round number 11, we're going to single crochet increase into the first stitch. So I'm going to move my stitch marker and then do one more single crochet into that same stitch. So 2 single crochets into the first stitch, that's what an increase is. Now you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. So increase, single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And I'm going to repeat that 3 times. So this is my 3rd time. 2 and 3, there we go. So 1, 2, and then 3. So we repeated that 3 times. Now for the rest, we're going to single crochet into the next 9 stitches. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now what you're going to do is you're going to increase into the first stitch. So single crochet increase into the first stitch, then single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And you're going to repeat that twice. So increase into the next stitch, and then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And now we have completed round number 11. So for rounds number 12 through 18, so the next 7 rounds, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. And you should have 29 stitches at the end of this round, so at the end of round number 11. And because we're not going to do any increases, you'll have 29 stitches for rounds 12 through 18. So single crochet in each stitch around for the next 7 rounds. Then I'll meet you back and we will continue on. All right, so I just finished my 7 rounds. So you can see this is the last increase I did. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 rows afterwards. So you can see now this is what it is looking like. Let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. So this is what it's looking like. Now we are going to begin doing some decreases on the body. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stuff the body. Now I'm just going to, what I like to do is I like to really get this neck really nicely stuffed. So I tend to add like little bits at a time. I'm just going to pull up on my loop so I don't lose stitches. So I like to just really stuff really well this neck area. So I'm just going to push some stuffing up into it and really stuff that well. And you can even use like a little chopstick or something to get up into there. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff the body. You don't have to go crazy because you'll be able to stuff it a little bit later too. But I prefer to stuff it now and then stuff it a little bit more later. So I'm just going to go ahead and stuff it and I'll meet you back. All right, so I just stuffed my body as best I can, and then I stuffed the neck as best I could. And you can see that it is pretty nice and like pretty nicely stuffed. So now we're going to move on to round number 19. So for round number 19, what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet into the first stitch, and of course you're going to move your stitch marker. Now one thing you want to be careful with is you don't want to add so much stuffing to the body that you start getting stuffing in your stitches, which that can sometimes happen. So don't add it quite that full that you'll get stuffing in your stitches. So, okay, so we did a single crochet into our first stitch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. So single crochet, decrease, and then you're going to single crochet. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. So decrease, and then single crochet. And decrease, so remember, insert, yarn, pull through, insert in the next stitch, yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, single crochet. So 1, and then 1, 2, 2, and 3. So there we go. So I did repeated that 3 times. Now what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet into the next 19 stitches. So I'm just going to single crochet into the remaining stitches, and then I'll meet you back and we continue on to round 20. Okay, so I just finished round number 19. Now for round number 20, what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet into the first 12 stitches. So half double crochet, and remember, half double crochet is where you yarn over and then insert. So let me show you that. Just move my stitch marker. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So that's a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you're going to half double crochet in the next 12 stitches. I think I said that already, but I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the next 14 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so now that we're done with round number 20, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead, and for round number 21, you're going to half double crochet decrease into the over the first 2 stitches, and then you're going to half double crochet in the next stitch. So to make a half double crochet decrease, because so far we've just been making single crochet decreases, you're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to insert into the next stitch, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. So I'm going to grab my stitch marker and move it up. There we go. And now you're going to half double crochet, and so then you're going to repeat that 3 times. So sorry, that 3 times. So half double crochet decrease, then half double crochet. I'm going to do that one more time because that's all. Repeat that. There we go. So half double crochet decrease, half double crochet, repeat that 3 times. Now what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. So like we just had done. And you're going to now, in the next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet increase. So make a single crochet increase. That's just 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. And then you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So single crochet increase, and then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. So I'm doing that 1, 2, and this is number 3. There we go. So you can see right here we did 1, 2, so 1, 2, and then 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. Now you're going to half double crochet, so you should have 25 stitches at the end of round 21. And now we're going to move on to round 22. So for round 22, you're going to half double crochet decrease into the first, so like over the first 2 stitches. And I'm going to move my stitch marker again. Okay. And now you're going to half double crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that 3 times. So half double crochet decrease, and then half double crochet into the next stitch. And you'll want to make sure that you go into the next stitch. So there's the next stitch. And then we're going to do that one more time. So we repeated that 3 times. And now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the next 16 stitches. So into the last 16 stitches, just make a single crochet, and then I'll meet you back and we'll continue on. All right, so I just finished round number 22. So I did my last single crochet into the last 16 stitches. And you should have 22 stitches, so the same as the round number. So now for round number 23, what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches, so just like we've been doing. Half double crochet decrease. Oh, I lost my. So half double crochet decrease into over the first 2 stitches, and then what you're going to do is you're going to half double crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that this time around 2 times. Go like this. There we go. Put it into my top. There we go. And now I'm going to half double crochet into the next stitch, and I'm going to repeat that one more time. So half double crochet decrease, and then half double crochet. And now what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in the next 13 stitches. So 2, 3. I'll do the next 13 stitches off camera just so the video doesn't get too terribly long, and then I'll meet you back and we'll do the last couple of stitches together. Alright, so I finished the 13 single crochets, and now we have 3 stitches left. So over the next 2 stitches, what you're going to do is you're going to do a half double crochet decrease, and then you're going to do a half double crochet into the last stitch. And you should have 19 stitches at the end of this round. Now at this point, I'm just going to pull up my loop again, and I'm going to add more stuffing. So you can see that our stuffing is a ways up there. So now I'm going to just add some more stuffing. Then I'll meet you right back and we will continue on to round number 24. All right, so I just added some more stuffing, and now what we're going to do is we are going to half double crochet. So for round number 24, you're going to half double crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches. So it seems like we keep doing that again and again and again, but that's okay. Now you're going to half double crochet into the next stitch, and then you're going to half double crochet decrease over the next stitch, and then you're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in the next 10 stitches, and I'll meet you back and then we will continue on. Alright, so I just finished my 10 single crochets, and now what we're going to do is you're going to half double crochet decrease, and then we're going to do a half double crochet into the last stitch. So now you should have 16 stitches, and for round number 25 you're going to half double crochet. You're going to begin again by half double crocheting, decreasing. So half double crochet decrease. I'm going to move my stitch marker. And then you're going to half double crochet. So half double crochet decrease, half double crochet, and you're going to repeat that twice. There we go. And then you're going to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then you're going to half double crochet decrease over these last 2 stitches. So I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease, and you have now completed round number 25. So now for round number 26, you're going to half double crochet into the first 4 stitches. So I'm going to move my stitch marker, and 1 and 2, 3, and 4. So half double crochet into the first 4 stitches. Now you're going to single crochet into the next 8 stitches. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now you're going to half double crochet into the last stitch. So that is what you'll do for round number 26. now you should have 13 stitches, and you're going to go ahead and begin round number 27 by doing a half double crochet decrease like that. And I'm going to move my stitch marker up. There we go. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease in the next stitch, and then a half double crochet. So half double crochet decrease, half double crochet, repeat twice. Now you're going to decrease, so single crochet decrease over the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet, and you're going to repeat that twice. And remember, a single crochet decrease is just where you insert, yarn, pull through, insert into the next stitch, yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now I'm going to single crochet again. So we did half double crochet decrease, half double crochet, and we repeated that twice. And then you're going to do decrease, or single crochet decrease, and then single crochet, and you're going to repeat that twice. And now you're just going to single crochet into the last stitch, and you should have 9 stitches. Now at this point I'm going to add stuffing once again, just to fill it up a little bit more, because we are down to our last, we'll have 3 more rounds after this. Okay, so I just added some stuffing, and now what we're going to do is we are going to begin round number 28. So for round number 28, you're going to half double crochet decrease, and then you're going to, of course, half double crochet. So half double crochet decrease into the first 2 stitches. Then you're going to half double crochet into the next stitch. And it's getting a little tougher for me to hold this on camera, so I might have to zoom out just a little bit. There we go. So we did a half double crochet decrease, then half double crochet. Then you're going to do that one more time. So half double crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to half double crochet. And then you're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. So that's just a single crochet decrease, and then you're going to single crochet into the last stitch. So that is a total of 6 stitches you should have. And now for rounds number 29 and 30, you're just going to single crochet into each stitch around. So I'm just going to move my stitch marker, and you're just going to single crochet into each stitch around, and you should have 6 stitches for both rounds, obviously. And so I'll meet you back then, and we'll continue on to the very last round of this body. Alright, so I just finished those 2 rounds, and now for round number 31, the final round, we are just going to decrease, so single crochet decrease in all 3 stitches. Now this isn't going to be quite as easy as that sounds, so I'm going to move, you actually don't even have to worry about your stitch marker at this point, but I'll just insert it just so you guys hopefully can see it a little bit better. Then you're going to decrease over the next stitch, so over the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to decrease over the last 2 stitches. And what I like to do then, just once I finish, is I like to just go into that first stitch, and then it normally comes with the second stitch, and I just like to make a slip stitch. So that's just kind of how it finishes. Now what I recommend doing, so you can see we stuffed to here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you how to do. I just like to grab a little like chopstick thing or whatever, like little tool you want to use, and I'm just going to put between one of my stitches, I like to just push the stuffing into that tail, because otherwise it looks kind of weird, kind of flat, and not just as good as it should. So I'm going to, you can get a little more stuffing and add it into there, but that's just what I like to do, so it doesn't look like it's like weird taper off. So now you've finished your body, so congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn, and yarn over, pull through to tie off, and then just pull up. So there you go. So there is our body, and I will fix these lumps, you know, a little bit. You can see that I'll need to add a little more stuffing right here, so I'll do that by the chopstick method. And there you go. So our body is done. Now we're going to go on to the legs. Alright, so to begin the legs, you're going to we're going to make the back legs first. So you'll still be using your 7mm hook and your green yarn. And to begin, you're going to make a magic circle. So you're going to put the yarn at the base of your hand, and then you're going to use 2 of your fingers. You're going to wrap it around going to the front, and then you're going to wrap it around going to the back. So you'll make like a little X shape, and then you're going to flip it over to the top side, so you'll have 2 loops. You're going to go under that first loop and over and grab that second loop, and then you're just going to pull that up, pinch it with your thumb and finger, and there you go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and chain 1. You don't have to chain 1, I just prefer to chain 1 just because it makes the magic circle feel more secure. And now you're going to single crochet 2 into the magic circle. So 1 and 2. And then what you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we're doing right now is we're going to make the claws. So when we chain 4, let me grab my little T-Rex here. So we're going to make these little claws. So we're starting by making this one, and then we'll make the next ones. So we chain 4. Now what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into the first, into the second chain from hook. So the loop on your hook does not count as a chain. You're going to skip that first chain, and then you're going to go into the second chain right there. So insert, you're going to pull through and pull through. So that's a slip stitch. And then what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet around the next chain. So instead of going into it, when I went into the chain, it made it a little bit too flat. So instead what you're going to do is you're going to go around that chain. So you're going to go like way down here, and then you're just going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through all 2 loops. And then you're going to do the same thing with a half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over and like go around the chain, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. There you go. So that is claw number 1. Now you're going to slip stitch into the side of the single crochet. So you can see there's the top of the single crochet, and here's kind of the side. So I'm just going to insert into there, slips, and so insert, yarn, pull through, and then pull through. So that's a slip stitch. Now what you're going to do is you are going to single crochet into the next stitch. So single crochet into the magic circle. So insert, yarn, pull through, 2 loops. And now what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that again. So you're going to chain 4. You're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook. Then you're going to single crochet around the next chain. And then you're going to half double crochet around the last chain. Then you're going to slip stitch to the side of that single crochet again to join. And then you're going to single crochet into the magic circle. And then you're going to repeat that one more time. So chain 4. You're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook. Oh, there we go. Then you're going to half double crochet around the second chain, and then, or the third chain, and then you're going to half double crochet around the last chain. Now you're going to slip stitch again to the side of that single crochet, and we are going to go ahead and single crochet into the magic circle, and then we're going to single crochet one more into the magic circle. So you should end up with a total of 6 single crochets into the magic circle. So we did 2 before we even did a claw, so 1, 2, then we did 1 between the claw, and then another 1 between the claws, so that's 2, and then 3, 4, and then we did 2 right here, so 5 and 6. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pull on the tail of your magic circle, and that is completed. Now for round number 2, I'm going to put my stitch marker in the first stitch because I can still feel it. So there we go. Now for round number, for rounds number 2 through 5, so for the next 4 rounds, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So let me show you how we do that with these claws. So you're going to insert into the top of that first stitch and make a single crochet. I'm going to move my stitch marker, of course, and then I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch. Now we've come upon the claw. So what you're going to do is you're going to push the claw towards you, and then you're going to find that single crochet. So push the claw towards you, so down towards you, so this way, Then find that single crochet and make a single crochet into that. Then you're going to push the next claw towards you, and you're going to grab that single crochet, and then you're going to push the last claw towards you and get that single crochet, those 2 single crochet. So 1, and then here's the second single crochet. And now you can see that we are beginning to work up. So you can tie, at this point I would probably tie in your little tail from your magic circle. So I'm just going to do that real quick, and then I'll meet you back. And actually, now for rounds 3 through 5, so for the next 3 rounds, just single crochet in each stitch around. So we just did 1 of those rounds. Now you're just going to do the other 3 rounds, and then I will meet you back and we will continue on to round number 6 together. So now you can see all the claws are kind of facing downward, which is exactly what you want. And you should have done rounds 3 through 5. So you should be now on to finish with round number 5. So now what we're going to do is for round number 6, you're going to increase into the first stitch. So make a single crochet increase. I'm going to move that and then make 1 more single crochet into that stitch. Then you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and you're going to repeat that 1 more time. So single crochet increase, and then you're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So now you should have 8 stitches, and for rounds 7 and 8, you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So I will meet you back at the end of round number 8, and then we'll continue on to round number 9. Alright, so we just finished rounds number 7 and 8, and of course you should have 8 stitches around. Now, for round number 9, it'll depend on whether you're right-handed or left-handed and what leg you're making. So if I do a right-handed and left-handed version of each of my videos, so I just like invert the screen or flip the screen for my right-handed because I'm actually left-handed. So if you're left-handed, this will be a left leg. And if you're right-handed, this will be the right leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. So we've never really turned our work. So chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to single crochet into the first 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now you can see we have 1 stitch that we haven't touched. That's where the stitch marker is, and that's perfectly how it's supposed to be. And now what you're going to do, and this is whether you're you're doing the right leg or the left leg, is you're going to do round 9. So that means you're going to chain 1 and turn. So now for round number 10, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, turn, and you're going to single crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches. Then you're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And then you're going to single crochet decrease over the last 2 stitches. And you should have 5 stitches at the end of round number 10. Now for round number 11, you're going to chain 1, turn again, and you're going to do a decrease, so single crochet decrease over the first 2 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to decrease over the last 2 stitches. So you should have 3 stitches left. Now you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to single crochet decrease over all 3 stitches. So you're just going to insert, yarn pull through, insert into the next stitch, yarn pull through, insert into the very last stitch, yarn pull through. You should have 4 loops on your hook. You're just going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And so now you can see, because I'm left-handed, that we just completed the left leg of the T-Rex. So now I'm going to go ahead and leave myself a nice long tail. And there we go. I'm just going to yarn over and pull through. And it looks like there's a little knot in my yarn. So I'm just going to pull through that. There we go. Now we're going to make our, well, depending on what handed you are, our other leg. So we are going to go ahead and do the exact same thing we did for our first leg, except for round number 9. So I'm going to have you go ahead and repeat rounds 1 through 8, and then I'll meet you back for round number 9 of the leg, and I will show you how to do the other leg, and then we will continue on. So I'm going to go ahead and do rounds 1 through 8. So back up the video, repeat rounds 1 through 8, and then I'll meet you back. Alright, so you can see that I did everything for up to round number 8. Now, at this point, it was going to be the only little difference for round number 9. So number 9 is going to be different than the other leg. So what we're going to do is we are going to begin by single crocheting into the next 4 stitches. So we're going to move our stitch marker. Where in the last time we just chained 1 and turned, this time we're going to single crochet into the first 4 stitches. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to single crochet into the first 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and of course your chain does not count as a stitch. So 4, oh man, I'm losing my 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you can see that we have 1 stitch left, so we're not going to go into that last stitch. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to do the exact same thing for rounds 10, 11, and 12. So chain 1, turn your work, single crochet, decrease, then you're going to, just remove the stitch marker, then you're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to single crochet, decrease, and you should have 5 stitches. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, single crochet, decrease, single crochet 1, and then single crochet, decrease again, and then you should have 3 stitches for round number 11. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and for round number 12, you're just going to single crochet, decrease over all 3 stitches. So you're going to pull through all 4 loops on your hook, and now you have completed both legs. So, and these are the back legs, so congratulations. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and stuff these legs, and then I recommend also using like a little chopstick or something to get all the way in there and really stuff it well. Now for the front arms, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your 4.5 millimeter hook, so the first time that we've used the 4.5 millimeter hook today, and you're going to make a magic circle. So remember, put the yarn at the base of your fingers, wrap around going to the front, then wrap around going to the back. So you make an X shape, turn over, go under the first loop and grab the second loop. Then you're going to pinch, and there you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet into the magic circle once. So insert yarn, pull through 2 loops, and I'm just going to put my stitch marker there so I know that that is the first stitch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3. So we're basically doing the same thing this time for the front claws. So the front claws will be a little bit smaller than the back claws, so we only chained 3 this time. Now you're going to slip stitch into the second chain from hook. Remember, the loop on your hook does not count as a chain. You're just going to skip the first chain, single chain or slip stitch into the second chain from hook, and then you're going to single crochet around the last chain. So single crochet around that chain, then you're going to slip stitch to the side of that single crochet, so right there into the side, yarn, pull through, and then pull through. Then you're going to single crochet into the magic circle, chain 3 again, slip stitch into the second chain from hook, single crochet around the third chain, slip stitch into the side of that single crochet, then you're going to single crochet into the magic circle again, and you're going to repeat that one more time. So do our chain 3, slip stitch, single crochet, and then slip stitch into the side of the single crochet. Now what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and you're going to single crochet into that magic circle, and then you're going to single crochet one more time. So you should end up now I'm going to close that magic circle all the way by pulling it a little bit more. There we go. And what you're going to do is you should have 5 stitches. So 1, and then one between again, and then 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 over here. So 4 and 5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and single crochet in each stitch around for the next 5 rounds. And so we're just going to do the exact same thing that basically we did, or almost the exact same thing that we did for the back legs. So you're going to single crochet into that first stitch, then you're going to push the claw towards you. So you can see there's that claw, and we're going to push it towards yourself. And then you're going to find the next single crochet to work in. And if you don't get the exact single crochet, that's okay. So don't like stress about getting it perfectly perfect. So now I'm going to go into the next, there we go. And then you're going to push down the other claw and grab that single crochet. And sometimes it's a little bit of a trick to get into that, especially the last claw. For some reason, it's giving me a bit of a challenge right now. There we go. And single crochet, and then you're going to single crochet into that last stitch. So you should have 5 stitches for that round. Now I'm going to tie in this tail, and then for the next 4 rounds, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So we did rounds 1 and 2 together. Now for rounds 3 through 6, so for the next 3 rounds, single crochet in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back and we will do round 7 together. Alright, so I just finished round number 6, and I decided to take out my stitch marker because it was just too hard to keep moving it. So, but this is the first stitch of round number 7. So for round number 7, all you're going to do is you're just going to single crochet in the first 4 stitches. So I'm just going to make a single crochet into the first 4 stitches only. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the only goal with this is to just bring it down a little bit. So when it's on its body, it's not just like sticking out straight out. It's a little bit curved down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn, and you finish the front arm. Now you're going to repeat that exact same thing. So back up the video and repeat the exact same thing for the other arm. And remember, once you finish both your arms and your legs, you're going to want to make sure you stuff only your legs. Your arms you don't really need to worry about stuffing because it's so tiny. So just stuff your back legs, and then meet me back and I will show you how to sew these onto the body. Alright, so as you can see, I finished both of these legs, and my stuffing is wanting to come up. And you're going to want to put stuffing right there in that kind of spot where, so like there's the last stitch right there, but then we did that, remember, go around kind of on the side. And you want to put stuffing on both sides into there because we're kind of trying to make like a hip bulge. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and on round number 14 of the body, we will place the legs. So what I like to do is I like to find the first round. So there's number 1. So round number 1 is right here. Then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 14. I started counting too many. So this is round 14, and I'm just going to lay my leg on there. And I would probably recommend, if you happen to have any on hand, to grab just like some pins and hold it in place like that. So I'm just going to hold it like that. Then I'm going to go on to the other side and find the same row on the other side right here. And then I'm going to kind of lay it there. And I don't have a pin this time. I have a little stitch marker, so I'll just use that. I'm just going to grab the stitch marker. If you, of course, have like some extra needles or something, that would probably work better. But I'm making do with what I have. So that's what it's going to be like. So it's going to be like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count across the, like, its belly. So this is like the belly side, this is like the back side. I'm going to count across. So if I hold these together, how many stitches is there across the bottom side? So my pattern says that there should be 9 stitches. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's like exactly right. So now if you're not 9, you're just going to want to move it to be aligned. Now you're going to, of course, want to make sure that it's aligned like with the head, so you're not going to be like crooked. Obviously, we don't want that. And then once you find that, so the first, the first stitch will be on round number 14. Once you figure that that's about good, then you can just go ahead and stitch around, or whip stitch using your darning needle and your yarn around. Now, one thing is, as you whip stitch it on, make sure that your hip is kind of facing out, so like that, because that's what we want. We kind of want it to look realistic. So when it's done, this is how it will look. It will look like it has like a cool hip bulge when it's standing. So that is what the goal is. So go ahead and sew these on. Then I'll meet you back and we will do the front arms and we will finish up. Alright, so you can see that I have done both legs and they're nice and secure. So let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. So you can see this is what it should look like. So you should kind of have that bulge going up the leg, and then that's what the bottom side should look like. And then this is what the other side should look like. So if I'm doing it from the front, let's see, so like that, you can see that it has like kind of a bulge, and that's the goal because that's what a realistic T-Rex looks like. So that's the goal. Now, for the front arms, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab these little arms. Now remember, we did not stuff these because they're so tiny that you couldn't really stuff them. And what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and place these on round 8, 3 stitches apart. So I'm going to count up from right where we started the body. So this is round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's the top. The top of this should be on round 8. So it'll be going back like that. Now I'm going to just place my darning needle into there just to hold it for now. Then I'm going to grab the other one, about 3 stitches apart. 1, 2, 3. And again on round 8 it should be. And there you go. So you can see that would... that's how it should look. Of course, the little claws should be going up. If you're looking at it like this, they should be going up. And now I'm going to go ahead and just whip stitch that on real quick. Then I'll meet you back and we will finish it up. Alright, so as you can see, we sewed this and this arm on. And I just left the tails just because I don't want to have to cut it off. So quite yet, because I wanted to make sure it was all good, and then I will start clipping the tails. So now that we have sewn these on, I probably will go ahead and cut the tails. But first, before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a tiny bit of what I like to call veining. So right down, so this is the back legs, on only the back legs, you're going to do a little bit of what I like to call veining. So let me show you what it looks like on this finished T-Rex. So you can see that I just went down 3 times, so on each, and I just like how it kind of gave it some more stiffness and just kind of gave it more, I don't know, personality. So let me show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our 7mm hook and the green yarn, obviously, and what we're going to do is we're just going to slip stitch down, so like starting on round number about 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, so this is round 4. You're just going to go around that single crochet stitch, go yarn over, pull through, chain 1, and I'm just going to slip stitch down, so just making slip stitches down, and you're just going to go around the stitch. So like there's a stitch, and here's the next stitch, and then you're going to go down the claw too. So I'm going to go like here, and you're going to kind of just make stitches as you go. So there's definitely no particular art or anything exact here. We're just doing about, I did about, right there I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 down. So starting here, going all the way to there, then you're just going to go ahead and cut your yarn. Then you're going to do that on each of the next claws. So we started here, now I'm going to go next to it right there, and then I'm going to go down the middle vein, or middle claw, not vein, sorry. I'm going to yarn over, pull through, chain 1, and then you're just going to go back to that same stitch and make a slip stitch. Then you're going to do that into the next stitch, the next stitch. So about 5 to 6 stitches down the entire thing is what you'll do. So it's a pretty quick and easy way to just add, I think, a little bit more fun character to this little T-Rex friend. So there we go. About like that. And you can do one last slip stitch if you want into that last like loop right there. I'm going to do it for that one, but you don't have to. I'm going to cut my yarn again and pull, tie off, and then I'm just going to do it on right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert around, grab my yarn, pull through, chain 1, and then I'm just going to work down. Whoops, there we go. So that is just what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other back leg. So for this guy right here, I'm going to do that exact same thing, and then I will meet you back and we will continue on finishing up this little T-Rex. Okay, so now you can see, well, this is what it will look like when you're done, and I just like how it kind of gives it a little bit more, I don't know, character in a way. Looks a little more T-Rex-like. So what I like to do then is I like to grab these top 3 tails, and I like to kind of just bring them together so it looks a little bit less like weird. So I'm going to grab this tail from the far edge, and then we go under the first slip stitch, so like there. Then I'm going to go like through that next slip stitch, and then through the last slip stitch. And I like to just kind of do that to kind of just bring them together, make them look a little bit more natural, not like it's just weird. There we go. And you can just kind of play around with it until you like it. I'm going to go ahead then and I like to just tie my little tails together because I found that that really works to make them nice and secure. Plus, it's the easiest way to tie in a bunch of tails, which is actually what we have here with this T-Rex, quite a lot of tails. So I like to just make a double knot with each of these tails, and then all I like to do is I grab these tails and I'm just going to pull it through the leg, so you'll never even know that. So I'm just going to go through that same hole that we just went. There you go. So I did 2 of them. Then once you get to like a spot next to it, you can just cut it and it'll totally hide in there forever. Then I'm just going to do that with this one last little tail. It's a little too short, so there we go. And then you can do whatever you want with these tails. I'll probably just make a little knot with each of them and then just cut them or something like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish tying in these tails for both of these vein things, and then, or both of these legs, and then I will meet you right back and we will finish up this little T-Rex. Alright, so I just finished weaving in all these tails. Now the last thing that we are going to do, or no, the last couple of things that we're going to do is we are going to insert our hook into the very tips of all of these little feet. So I'm going to go right into there. Well, actually right here. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook into there. Then you're going to go ahead and grab your white yarn. And I just like to do this because I feel like it adds a little bit of an accent. So you're going to grab your white yarn, you're going to pull through, and you're going to try to pull through all of the loops. There we go. Then you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to slip stitch into that very same stitch. And then you're just going to actually go ahead and cut your yarn. So it's that simple. It's just super, super duper simple, easy little thing, but I think it really adds a lot of cuteness to this T-Rex. So I'm going to do that on each of the big toes. So using the 7mm hook on each of the big toes, and then you're going to do that for the front little claws with a 4.5mm hook. So on each of the front claws, use a 4.5mm hook. On each of the back claws, use a 7mm hook. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I just finished doing all of them. Now all I'm going to do is I just like to do a knot again, super simple with each of these strands of yarn. So on each claw you'll have 2 strands of yarn, and I just like to do a knot, and then I'm just going to grab my darning needle, and all you're going to do is I like to just kind of hide it by working up through a little bit, and then I'm just going to pull that through. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and gone up just a little bit. There we go. And pull that through. And it's getting a little stuck, of course, especially when I'm on camera. We'll always do that. So I'm actually going to have to just do it one at a time. So I'm going to grab one of these tails. Oop, there you go. Now pull it through that one. And then I'll just cut this yarn, and then I'll do it the same thing for each of these claws. And then you'll just kind of push that in there so it's nicely hidden. There you go. So you're just going to continue doing that for each of the claws. And then I will meet you back once I finish tying these tails, and we will do the last touches. Alright, so now that we've finished the nails, now the last couple of steps is for the mouth. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your embroidery floss, and you're going to want to double it over. So you're going to want to have 2 strands of embroidery floss on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it like this, so where it's 2 tails at the end, but you can do it however you like. You'll just have to cut the yarn, or cut the embroidery floss at the end so you can get your needle out. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start at the base of the green. Now, remember how I told you that we're going to work over this so it's going to look more professional at the end? So that's the next step after this. So you're just going to work going up and then going back down. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm just going to go back up like this. So hopefully you guys can kind of get the idea. So I'm going to just go back like that. And remember, because it's the 2 strands, you'll have to make sure they're both pulled through properly. Now I'm going to go about like a, I don't know, 45-degree angle. I'm going to go up over to there, because that's about where I want to go next. So I'm going to go over there, and then I'm going to go, I'm going to go to here and then down, so that when I come back, this is kind of hard to show and explain on camera, but you're going to come back and go right over like that, and you can see that I have not done a perfect job there. So you can either adjust it, or you can take it out and retry again. And then you're just going to continue going all the way over to here. So we're going to go back, oh, there you go. We're going to go back up to here, and then down to the bottom of the white, like that. And you're just going to continue doing that. So you can see we have done this side. Now I'm just going to continue on to this side. And you can see that I'm also about out of embroidery floss, so I'll have to run downstairs and grab some more. But I'm just going to finish this up, then I'll meet you back, and we will do the little bit of covering so that it doesn't look quite so bad. And then we will be done. Alright, so as you can see, this is how it looks. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our green yarn, and we are going to slip stitch around the white part of the mouth. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to start in this corner, right there where the green begins. I'm going to pull through, chain 1, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of get creative and find stitches to work into. So like there's a oops, sorry, there we go. There's a green stitch, so I'm going to just work a slip stitch into there. Then here's another green stitch. And for this round, we're just going to be working kind of around where our teeth are. So like kind of, we're going to be working into the green stitches. So let me, it's a little bit hard to show this on camera at this point. So you're just going to be working around those stitches. So let me see if I can show you guys this a little bit better. So like right there, then you're going to go into here, slip stitch, then you're going to go into like the next like green stitch right there. You're going to just pull through and pull through to make a slip stitch. Then we're going to go into there, pull through, slip stitch. So you can kind of get the idea, I hope. You're just going to slip stitch, surface slip stitch, or whatever you want to call it, over all of these around. So you're going to go down, then you're going to do like 1 or 2 here, and then go right back down along. And then meet me back before you cut your yarn. So don't cut your yarn yet, and then I'll meet you back and we will do the next part. Alright, so I just came around, so I went to this side, and then I came back around. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that one more time. So, but then this is the very last step, so don't worry, we are almost done. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that stitch, if you can get into it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and begin slip stitching along. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to go on the inside of this last slip stitching round. So I'm going to go make a slip stitch there, and then we're basically going along the slip stitch and making more slip stitches. And this just makes it look so realistic. Absolutely love how it turns out. So you're just going to complete that around. So finish that going around, then meet me back and we will finish this up. Alright, so I just came upon where we had finished. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip stitch to like that very first slip stitch, or wherever you can make it work. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn. And I actually just remembered and just looked at my pattern and saw that we have one more thing left to do. And that is what I think really adds a lot to it. So you can see this is now what our little dinosaur looks like. It looks so good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do what I like to call the eye ridge. So that just makes it look like this instead of like that. So to do that, we are going to go ahead and grab our 7mm crochet hook. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go insert right above where we did our mouth. So right there is where we did our lips. I'm going to call it the green slip stitching. So I'm going to insert my hook right above there. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my yarn, pull through, chain 1, and I'm just going to be slip stitching up. So I'm going to slip stitch. Whoop, there we go. Going on up. So slip stitch in each stitch, and you're just going to go kind of, this is kind of a tough thing to show once again, like a lot of the things recently happened, but you're kind of just going to go around the eye. So you're going to start here, kind of go up and around the eye, and you're going to go to round 8. Now, at this point, it's a little bit hard to count what round 8 is, but you can know that if you remember, round 8 would be the last, let's see, so round 8 would be about 3 rows away from the last round, so like about there. So I'm going to call good. So then once you finish that, we're going to pull it in. So we started here, went all the way up to about round 8, kind of curving around the eye. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So you're going to do that exact same thing on this side, and then you have officially completed your T-Rex. So I'm going to do it on both sides. I'll meet you right back and we will officially be done. Alright, so you can see I did this side, I just went this way, and then on this side, we started here and went over here. Now all you're going to do is cut yourself about a 12-inch piece of yarn, or a little bit more, whatever. And all you're going to do is you're going to just insert your darning needle right next to the eye, and then you're going to come out on the other side right by the eye. So, and feel, there you go. And all we're going to try to do is we're just going to, whoops, I pulled right through. You're just going to try to kind of bring the eyes together a little bit. It helps it look so much more realistic. So I'm just going to go kind of around the eye, bringing it in. So just kind of pull on it, and then you can kind of see it brings it in really, really cool. Makes it look super realistic, like a T-Rex. So now we are done. Thank you so much for making this adorable little T-Rex along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to comment down below. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. It literally makes my day. So don't forget to comment down below. Tell me what colors you made it in and how it turned out. I would love to hear from you guys. And then also, I don't want to have you forget that I have a Stegosaurus and Triceratops YouTube tutorial on my YouTube channel here. So they're right there. Here's the link to the Triceratops, and then I'll put a link in the description box down below and in the cards for the Stegosaurus tutorial. So if you're a lover of dinosaurs, you can go ahead and make those two dinosaurs. So thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!